Hello everyone and welcome to the NARCN Network. I'm Dean, the host of the NARCN Network channel, and I'm going to be presenting episode 3 today of the Unmasking the Narcissist series. But first, I'd just like to say that concerning the Unmasking the Narcissist series here, we're going to be broaching some things that are going to be slightly different than the regular NARCN Network videos. The Unmasking the Narcissist series is intended to be a little bit more of a personal series as far as things that we talk about related to the narcissist himself. So on the Unmasking the Narcissist series, we're going to be talking about things of that nature, things that are maybe a little bit more personal with narcissists. We're going to be talking about some stuff with some people who have had some narcissistic abuse in their lives, so there may be a few people on here that appear who have had some narcissistic abuse, and you will get to hear their stories about their abuse, as well as I'll be broaching some other stories about people that have been conveyed to me on the NARCN Network about their personal experiences. These are some people that may have not wanted to come forward personally and actually talk about their stories, but they have given me the authority to talk about their stories on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. And I'm going to do that, and of course, apart from that, one of the other things we're going to be doing on the network also is actually unmasking some narcissists. So I'm just going to say to you guys, stay tuned for these upcoming episodes here. They should be some interesting stuff if you're interested in narcissism or interested in learning about a narcissist in your life. Hopefully you'll learn something from these episodes, and you'll learn some stuff from the NARCN Network if you just keep in touch with the stuff on my channel. So like I said, today we're going to be presenting episode 3, and the title of episode 3 on Unmasking the Narcissist is Does the Narcissist Know Their Behavior is Wrong? Well, this is a tough thing because depending on who it is you're particularly talking to, some experts will say that narcissists of all types know that their behavior is wrong. Some will say some know it's wrong. Some will say that they're completely unaware that it's wrong because they're unaware that they're narcissists. But when you're using examples here as to whether or not a narcissist knows what they're doing is actually wrong, you can simply look at it this way. If you're making a conscious choice between being nice and being abusive with somebody, and you're basing this on whether or not that behavior may incriminate you or get you in trouble in some particular way, then the odds are you're aware that what you're doing is wrong. And this is a pretty basic idea behind this that I think everybody can relate to. Playing nice is something that narcissists do to get what they want over a period of time, and then of course they will put you into a devaluation phase, and this is all part of their behavior. And of course with narcissists, being nice to you is something that they don't seem to be able to carry on for very long. They only do it for a period of time until they basically get you locked into their fuel matrix, and then after that their behavior usually changes after that period of time. And we see this amongst all narcissists, no matter what level they particularly are. And other things that narcissists do that give you indicators that they may or may not know what they're doing. Narcissists often go into rageful episodes when nobody is looking. This is something that they do, and if they're aware of what they're doing, again, there's another very basic example of this. If they're aware of what they're doing, you're not going to see them do this when they're in front of anyone. They are not going to rage in front of you. They are not going to yell. They are not going to pull a fit or anything in front of anyone, because just doing that is going to incriminate them. They're going to look like they're mad, or they're psychopathic or something of this particular nature, and they don't want to be seen in that particular light, so they're not going to exhibit behavior like that when there's other important people around or influential people around them or you. You're just not going to see psychopathic behavior out of them when they're around anybody that could basically single them out and say, hey, what's wrong with that person? They've got some really out of character behavior for somebody who is acting normally. But you have to remember, when they're behaving like this, they're watching what they do. They're in a constant state of high alert when they're dealing with you, when they're dealing with other people. And you know, when they're doing this, a lot of this, in instances, they will create chaos to gain fuel from you in some particular way when other people aren't around. You know, the normal state is that they're always looking for fuel. So they're going to be good as gold when anybody around that can judge them might be watching them. And they're going to be not very good when anybody but you happens to be around at certain times, especially if you've gone somewhere into the phase of dealing with the narcissist. Again, they're just looking for fuel, any fuel. You know, chaos with you equals fuel. Normal attention equals fuel. Interaction of any kind, good or bad, equals fuel for the narcissist. So they're going to try to get that fuel off you at any cost whenever they can, but without looking guilty in that particular instance. So again, if a narcissist is making a choice to alter their behaviors around others, then they are aware of what they're doing. They do not want to be seen as lashing out at others, because this will let others know the probability that something is up with them that is adverse. Narcissists will just stay away from that type of behavior altogether. So this is the last type of attention that any narcissist really wants to have be thrust upon them. They do not want negative attention. They want to look like the golden child all the time with everything that they do, and they want to look like a perfect example of the perfect person in everybody's eyes. So they will avoid any type of negative attention literally at all costs. They're very careful. They're very cunning in what they do. Is that cunningness deliberate? It could be, but as we know with narcissists, a lot of them function with a mind that is not fully evolved emotionally. They have the mind of a younger child, and as we know with younger children, when they're met with some adversity or caught in a lie or something of that nature, they will just avoid, you know, a situation to not get in trouble. And this could indeed be why the narcissist is doing this as well too, because as we know, some narcissists function with very lower level minds as far as their emotional behaviors and things of this nature. So this is something we have to take into account too. So again, does the narcissist know that their behavior that they're doing is improper? They very well might. Or if they're higher levels and greater levels, they definitely usually know that their behavior is wrong. So, you know, do all narcissists know what they're doing wrong, or the things that they're or what the things they're doing are wrong? It really depends on the narcissist. It depends, you know, if you have lesser levels. It really depends on the behavior that you're seeing out of the narcissist. Some of them could be aware that what they're doing is wrong. If they're not talking to you and posing adversity or chaos around you, when other people are around watching them, then they're probably aware that what they're doing is not correct with you. If they're mid-levels or mid-lowers, again, the rule might be the same for that. If they're mid-levels and they're having conversations with you, this goes for lower levels too. If they're mid-levels and they're having conversations with you, and they don't seem to care whether or not anybody is around when they're having an adverse or chaotic altercation with you, then they're probably not aware that what they're doing is particularly wrong, or they just don't care. It depends, again, on the level of the narcissist. And like I said just previously, greater levels and ultra-narcissists, you very seldom do you ever catch them not knowing that what they're doing is wrong. So, does the narcissist know, again, whether or not what they're doing with you is wrong? It depends on the narcissist. Graders and ultras, I think, absolutely do. Mid-levels might, or maybe not. It depends. So, it's very tough to answer this question with a distinctive response, because it really is dependent on what type of narcissist you're dealing with, and it's also dependent on the narcissist themselves, because though narcissists all behave very similarly, they do differentiate from person to person. They are individuals, and they have their individual behaviors and their individual ways of being, and again, it depends as well too on what has affected them during their formative years and what has influenced them in their life and as to how they behave with you. But the general response to this is, do narcissists know that whatever behavior they're doing with you is wrong? I think it's a 50-50 answer, as in being some lowers probably don't know or aren't aware, or sometimes they are. Higher levels probably definitely are aware, and they may or may not do it anyway, depending on how predominant their ego is within their psyche. Often higher level narcissists will behave with you in very adverse, chaotic ways, just because they don't care. They look at themselves as being superior to you, and that's the mentality that they have towards everything to do with their narcissism. So these are the basic ideas I just wanted to give you guys quickly. This has been episode 3 of Unmasking the Narcissist. I'm going to say stay tuned. I've got a lot of new episodes of the Unmasking the Narcissist series, as well as the regular NARCN Network content coming up. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you very soon.